There are over 1.5 billion Muslims living all around the world. Saudi Arabia, Indonesia, India, Egypt, Pakistan, Lebanon, Somalia, England, Malaysia, Tunisia, China, America.
America?
Yes, America. America, the melting pot, has embraced more than 8 million Muslims in its United States. Who are these 8 million individuals?
My name is Amina Shirani and I'm in 3rd grade and I'm an American Muslim.
My name is Kateba Alsai. I'm a United States Park Police officer in Northern Virginia.
My name is Charlene Elder. I sit here in Dearborn as a magistrate in the 19th District Court.
My name is Sayyid Muhammad Saeed. I am the Secretary General of Islamic Society of North America.
My name is Dania Ayubi. I grew up in Indianapolis and currently live in Virginia.
My name is Ramesh Kent. I'm from New York originally. Grew up in Long Island.
My name is Azara Kram. I'm in 3rd grade and I'm an American Muslim.
These are just a few of the faces of American Muslims. They represent every culture, ethnicity, and race. They come from all social demographics and contribute to American society in many ways. Many American Muslims were born right here in the United States. Others migrated to America seeking a better life. Sadly, for many people, their notion of who American Muslims are and what they believe in has been tarnished by the tragedy of 9/11.
9/11 was an attack on civilization. 9/11 was an attack on everything good that humanity believes in as good. 9/11 was sickness and pathology. All of us lost, and that loss was a terrible loss. And it's very difficult to talk about it. I think now it's easier for us to talk about it than it was then.
Terrorism is a crime against humanity. It is important to know that Islam, the religion of your neighbors, American Muslims, forbids and condemns such evil acts.
There is no justification in my mind or in my understanding of Islam for what happened on September 11th. No religion, and specifically Islam, will never find an explanation or justification for what the terrorists did on September 11th.
We're just as angry and upset about it as any American would be about what's going on out there. We definitely don't agree with it. And I get a lot from people, especially co-workers, you know, how come leaders in your community don't speak out against it? It's like, well, how many times have you been to my mosque? And that's,
if you're not hearing
sad.
Our leaders speaking out about it,
then
listen to us.
Listen to us. We're speaking out against it.
9/11 has changed the lives of millions of people, including mine. As an American Muslim citizen, as an activist in the area of civil rights, I had to defend, through my organization, thousands of Muslims who have been mistreated after 9/11. And at the same time, tell the Muslim world to stand with America and Muslims in America by condemning 9/11, the actions of 9/11, and those who were behind it.
For many people, 9/11 has driven home the fact that whether you like it or not, you want to know more about them, whatever that means, Islam and the Muslim world. So how you're going to get beyond those headline events becomes the issue. And I tend to think that the best way to change things is to have more and more opportunities where Muslims and non-Muslims interact in the community. Interact in schools, in jobs, in parent-teacher associations, to the extent that they interact as neighbors, as fellow employees, as fellow citizens. That's where the understanding comes out of. Now it's important for Muslims to get out of their ghettos, physically as well as mentally, as well as for non-Muslims to do it.
After 9/11, a lot of people thought being a Muslim in America might be a lot harder, and I really don't see it as being that much different. There's always people who aren't very nice. Sometimes I felt people in the store were more curious. Oh, what are you? You don't fit our stereotype of what a Muslim is because you're white. You're not a brown-skinned person. You don't look angry. You know, so there may be a few more people asking questions, but most of the people that I've met and interacted with have been very concerned and have gone out of their way to say, you know, we know that your average Muslim is not at all violent or interested in terrorism, and that they want to live their lives just like anybody else does, peacefully and happily.
In today's post-9/11 America, Muslims have taken on a new role, bridging the gap between the Muslim world and America, and educating the rest of America about the true and peaceful nature of Islam.
So what does Islam stand for? What are the beliefs and principles of American Muslims?
The Muslims believe that all prophets were manifesting this essential relationship between God and man, which is one of a human being in a state of submission and subservience to God, that frees him from submission and subservience to anything that God created.
Any person who submits to God completely and without associating or equating anyone with God is Muslim.
Americans do look at Islam and look at it as something foreign or ethnic specific, or specifically relating to a certain nationality and race of people. I think that if you look at the Quran, Jesus, Moses, Abraham, Noah, and all the Israelite prophets and all the other prophets who are unnamed, who may be of a variety of backgrounds, all of them were quote-unquote Muslim, lowercase m. They were believers in God, believers in that project, the religion project, which is to believe in God and to live a moral life, know that you're going to meet God, and hopefully the outcome in the afterlife will be good for you. That's really the essence of Islam. It's not about the clothes you wear. It's not about the language you speak. It's really about understanding that we have a purpose in this life, and your success is based on how well you fulfill that purpose, not as an Arab, but as a believer in God.
Islam as a way of life is a qualitative term, in that the practitioner of Islam, the Muslim, has certain qualities. In the case of other religions, for the most part, they are taken from the name of their founder, the place, or the people. So for instance, Christ, from that comes Christianity. Zoroaster, from that comes Zoroastrianism. In terms of a place, you have India, Hinduism, the religion of India. And then you have Judea, the place of Judea, Judaism, or the tribe of Judah and Judaism. And so these terms are literally taken from the name of a person or a place or a people. But in the case of Islam, it's not taken from the name of Muhammad. It refers to the qualities that a person who submits to the Creator has. So a Muslim could be any nationality, any race, any color.
Now that we better understand the religion of American Muslims, we understand one part of the equation, the Muslim part. But what about the American part of the equation? Are the ideals of America, democracy, capitalism, civil rights, freedom of religion, one nation under God with liberty and justice for all? Are American ideals compatible with Islam?
There are certain themes within America that I think are very profound, and one of them is that this is a country that was founded with a Bill of Rights. And I personally believe that those rights are very much within the spirit of Islam. And this is one of the few countries in the world where people do enjoy those rights.
The more I live in this country, the more I adapt its values. And I see every day that Islam is very close to the American values, the values of justice, freedom, respect of one another, and sharing, and so on. These are Islamic values, and therefore there is no contradiction between American values, and Muslim values.
I think Muslims will be surprised the similarities between the American ideal and some of the values that Islam has that are time-honored. One of them is a sense of independence. The original founders of Islam were fiercely independent-minded people. They have some of the things that remind me of the founding fathers of America, and I'm not comparing them in terms of their religiosity. But the founding fathers of this country were very independent. They were ready to wage a war to separate from England, and they did. So that independent spirit did not go. I think you still have that here.
I do not believe in any case whatsoever that being a Muslim compromises being an American. I think they're both complementary components. And quite the contrary, they're a complete complement. Democracy, values, family, all the things that we talk about here in a democracy or here in the West are exactly that of Muslims. And as a matter of fact, Muslims are more free here in this country to express themselves as being Muslims than even in the Middle East.
The big problem that Muslims of immigrant experience have in this country is their parents misassociating certain ethics of the Quran, ethics of Islam with the ethnicity. So they, in their attempt to help their kids grow up morally, what they do is strive to preserve the ethnicity that they have and they want to bequeath to you. Unfortunately for the kids, they don't pick up on that. What they get is only a certain sense of Arabness or Indianness, but they forget that there's an overall ethic that they're trying to portray, ethics of being honest, ethics of preserving your chastity, ethics of not lying, of not drinking, staying away from the vices of America.